Hi guys. So I'm not going to do any work on the car today. I'm just going to talk about some recent developments that have happened with this vehicle and what I plan to do over the next few weeks, turning into months, um, instead of what I initially planned. So I'll run you through it. I'll run you through some of the reasoning behind it and why my initial plans have changed. My initial plan was to put this car back on the road, and I really would have liked to have achieved that, but it's not going to happen. It's little bit disappointing, but I think I'll make a more interesting set of videos doing what I'm planning on doing instead. So, yep, let's go through it. Let's run through what has happened. So, why am I not fixing this vehicle? Well, there's two reasons for it. One of them is this. Now you can see the damage. I showed it on a previous video that this vehicle's crash structure has been damaged. It is repairable. I have talked to someone about doing the repair work, and you can actually buy these panels directly from, so the panel going across here all the way down, it sits down here and it lines up with the one on the other side, and you can buy these panels from Nissan. I got it priced up. I think it was looking about 500 quid for that panel, about 100 quid for the radiator, 1, 2, and it was looking at about £400 to get someone in to cut off all of this one, put in the new one, and then we could get that back on the road. But yeah, why am I not fixing this car then? Well, I've just talked you through how about about £900 would be spent just to get the structure straight. The bigger challenge in terms of money is all of the plastics missing. So everything missing from this car right now would need to be replaced. And I talked to a guy about it. We talked about some of the prices for getting all of those parts, and it was a reasonable price on the part per part kind of level, but we were looking about £2,300 to get the parts needed to put this back on the road. And at first I thought he was stripping a black leaf, but it turns out he stripped a number of leaves and he had all these parts hanging around. They're all different colours, and so I'd have to do the respray work on that. So we've got 800 quid for the chassis work, 2,300 quid for the panels that are missing and all the parts that are missing there. We're looking at up to £3,000, and then respray costs on top of that. So in total, it was about £3,000. So probably, I mean, really, these things never work out exactly how you think they will. So let's say £4,000 total cost to put this car back together. I bought this car for about that cost, actually, £4,000. So sinking another £4,000 into it to bring it up to about £8,000, and I'd still be left with a structurally damaged, always on the history of it, Nissan Leaf Tekna. It's about £2,000. Maybe I could buy one that isn't crash damaged at all. So £2,000 more, £10,000. I could get a Nissan Leaf Tekna in perfect condition. So, yeah, I mean, there you go. That's why this one's not going back on the road. Bit sad, but all is not lost. We are going to do some work on this car, and we are going to see some value out of it. Now, what am I planning on doing? The first piece of work I'll be doing is the interior. You'll see, being the Tekna spec, we have leather seats. My Nissan Leaf, which is sitting outside, I'll go show you. I've got a minute. I hadn't locked that. So out here we've got a Nissan Leaf Acenta. This is my daily driver. You can see me in the reflection. But anyway, you want to see the car. You see the interior is the cloth Acenta interior. So the plan is, let's get the leather seats into the Acenta. Now, that one should be a nice, easy job. I'm not too concerned about the challenges of that one. Okay, and job number 2. Bose. So the Tekna spec had an uprated stereo system versus the Acenta trim, and that's a Bose. I think there might be an increase in speaker number. I'm not 100% certain on that, but there are more speakers, or there's at least one more speaker, the subwoofer in the boot, that I would very much like to put in my car. So there's another video. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, next one are these wing mirrors. Now the Tekna trim has a camera system. You can see the camera sitting neatly under there. There are cameras, well, there would be one there, obviously it's not there anymore. There's the rear view camera, which the Acenta also has, and there's a slightly different, I assume, infotainment system. So we'll swap those over to give the 360-degree camera system. So that's going to be another one of the videos. I think that's going to be a very significant piece of work. It's essentially either adding in or completely replacing the whole vehicle harness to add those cameras in. So that's going to be a big one. That's going to take some time. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I'll show you how to do it, so you could do it if you ever decided to buy a crash-damaged Nissan Leaf in the future. Right, and the final upgrade isn't a Tekna-specific upgrade, it's a charger upgrade. I know that this is a 6.6 kilowatt charger, and I know that my Nissan Leaf only has a 3.3 kilowatt charger. So I'm going to document in videos and some notes online how to swap this charger out for the one over in my complete vehicle. And this will mean that, hopefully, as I walk out over to this car, fondly called Leafy. How original is that? I don't know, no one would have ever thought about this. This Nissan Leaf Acenta will be a Nissan Leaf Tekna to all intents and purposes. It will have every single Tekna feature: the camera, the speakers and stereo, the heated wing mirrors. I don't know if I mentioned that. The Tekna wing mirrors are heated, the Acenta are not. And the all-round camera system. So it's going to be a few videos over quite a long period of time where I document how I either replace or add to the harness of the Tekna of the Acenta to allow it to do Tekna work, how I replace the charge flap, because there's a slight difference in the charge flap, I'll show you, and how I sort out the heated seats so that we can get all of the Tekna features into an Acenta Leaf. That's quite exciting.